Dana Abercrombie, The Koalition. Thank you so much for speaking with me. I truly enjoyed season 2. My question for you, Karen, is as Mia, you deliver a very powerful speech in episode 7 of season 1, basically saying that you don't want your legacy to be tied into Mitch. So going forward in season 2, what is Mia's legacy?
Well, I think such a great question. Thanks for asking that,
Thank you.
Dana. I think part of her legacy is that Mia gets promoted to the executive producer job at the
Mhm.
morning show. And on morning television news, you don't see very many women empowered behind the camera. And so, what the writers of the morning show provided me with was a character that was hitting up against the glass ceiling, but on the other side, the opportunity um, made her feel like she was standing on a glass cliff, right? It was, she had received the morning show when it was not doing well at all. It was
Mhm.
probably very, very challenging, transitory moment for the show and for the people in it. So we watch her over season 2 carry this news organization through a very difficult transition. And hopefully by the end of the season, the audience is completely on her side.
Correct. Now, congratulations on your character just making it through the season. I was really sure you're going to get a heart attack. There was an aneurysm. You go through so much with the character. So I was wondering, because of what happened with Mitch and kind of the affair and the blending of work with life, will we be able to see Mia kind of put that aside and to separate the two and compartmentalize, or will that come crashing ahead?
I think for sure you will see her try to put it aside, but I think that the morning show is going to reflect a lot of what we see in society, which is this extraordinary, strange construct we have now in cancel culture. What is it? What happens when you throw somebody out of society, and how does that reverberate and resonate in the rest of society in that person's absence? And I think in season 2 you'll see what also happens in society is that there comes back for people to look at the morning show with in a much more a cynical view, and how the people who work at the show deal with that in the absence and departure of Mitch Kessler. So um, we unravel it a little bit. It really is an aftermath and a collateral damage perspective, a view at what it looks like for a group of people who have gone through something like that.
Right. And lastly, especially with your character, it tackles racism. And you have a very interesting scene with Daniel and how he's trying to strive to get higher up in his job and he comes to you for advice. I was wondering for the character, do you view Daniel as him being held up because of his race or simply because he's just not that great enough or not given that opportunity to be great?
I think that that is something for the audience to decide. And
Mhm.
um, I think the thing that we present in the morning show that I absolutely believe is extremely articulate and truthful and authentic about race relations is that not all skin folk are kinfolk. We are not a monolith in how we view race in America. We see it in individual ways. The fingerprint of how racism affects us is as individual as we are. And so I think you'll see that Mia and Daniel have very different perspectives on how to handle their race and that conversation at the morning show and at UBA. And hopefully our audience will relate to it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for speaking with me.
Thank you, Dana. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
All right, let's go ahead and cut. And up next.